And we're back here in the GSL Codes, and we're going to have our final game, a Terran versus Terran, between MarineKing Prime and Bomber.
Yes, indeed. The map, Terminus Re, the biggest map there is.
I love Terminus Re. It makes for some very interesting games. I would expect this game to be pretty long and epic, too. This is just the architecture of the map sort of allows for that to happen. It shouldn't be long in the same way as the Crossfire game.
Yes.
Simply, just because Crossfire is so narrow, it's easy to cut the map in half and actually make it, airtight.
Much harder to do that here, but it can be done. Clyde versus
yeah, that was actually unbelievable. When I saw that, I was like, is this really happening at Terminus 3? This map is huge. There's so much stuff to cover.
Yeah. Well, these guys will do their best to cover it.
Tell me something else that's cute, like a baby seal.
Well, we've already gone over baby seals, baby penguins,
bunny.
Oh, baby bunnies. I saw some in the subway.
Yeah, they sell them in the subway sometimes.
Actually, she was selling it at like 11 p.m. She's like waiting for drunk people to buy her bunnies in Saskatchewan.
Oh man, I have that problem. I get wasted and buy bunnies, and I wake up and I'm like, oh, what did I do?
And then you just cut their legs off.
I got to stop it, man.
That's why you're so lucky.
All right, it's time for our final game, head-to-head. Bomber against MarineKing Prime. Who's going to move on to the round of 16? We're going to find out momentarily here in the GSL Codes. All right, in the center right starting location, known for his very creative and eccentric Terran versus Terran style, generally very infantry-oriented, he is...
MarineKing Prime weak.
Take it all in, guys. That's right. In the bottom center starting location, one of the scariest Terrans in the world.
Coveted bomb.
Over. I want to like troll somebody on a phone call. Like every time I'm done with my sentence, say like, over. Like, why are you doing that? Because I want to talk like I'm on a walkie-talkie. Over.
You can become a ham radio guy.
Yeah, man.
Try to contact aliens with it.
They're out there, man.
They are somewhere.
I bet weather balloon enthusiasts get really annoyed when they just end up seeing one. They're like, oh, it's just a UFO.
Wow.
I love making you laugh, Artosis.
That was really, really well done. Have you been sitting on that one for a while?
I thought about something to making a joke like that, but I was trying to patch it together.
Oh, okay.
In the previous game, but I didn't have legs yet.
Let's see. You gotta wait for it to have legs. Well, that's an orbital. That's an orbital. Both players have gas. MarineKing.
That's what a Terran versus Terran looks like.
Looks like MarineKing will go Reaper.
You know, he's mixed it up a little bit. He didn't used to do Reaper builds ever.
Yeah, he wasn't all about the Reapers before. He used to just make Marines and stuff. Like, he wouldn't even get gas. He'd have like 70 supply with no gas in TBT. Like, sitting there pondering my life and what MarineKing's doing, and then he makes it to the finals like 3 times. I'm like, what is going on?
What's happening?
Reality's bending. I'm stuck in a wormhole. All right, so double gas for Bomber. I really think we're going to see out of him some Cloaked Banshee play. It's, in my opinion, his best opening. Bomber is actually a king of Cloaked Banshees. He's just so good with them. He really gets how to use them. And yeah, it definitely looks like that's what it is. Yeah, 100% Cloaked Banshees on the way. Unless he's doing Sky Terran, which I really don't think that's going to be the case.
I don't think the Sky Terran style for an opener is as good on this map.
In these positions, it'll be better than like cross map or something.
But yeah, I still don't think it's like
it's
not like a good decision. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
All right, here we go.
I'm with you there, Taste. Reaper owning up some.
Well, he like threw an egg at that house.
Oh, and almost a citizen's arrest there. Reaper just hurting stuff. Sees exactly what's going on. And he saw the double gas as well, so
he knows what's going on. It doesn't look like Bomber really cares. He's like, all right, whatever. I'm Bomber. See, if I was a Reaper, I'd be like this mischievous Reaper.
I wonder.
I'd like come in there and I'd like TP the command center. And people be like, oh, this is it's Sunday. It was supposed to be my day off for these kids throwing toilet paper over my house.
You know, I wonder if Bomber made his name after the Banshee. Because Bomber, it's like it bombs kind of, you know?
Maybe.
It's the future equivalent of a bomb, I guess. And in fact, I was able to play with him and have some replays of him way back before he got famous at all in StarCraft 2 when he was really just coming up. And he used a lot of flying units in all the matchups back then. Just kind of his flavor.
Let's see here.
Missile turret!
Look out!
Now,
Banshee.
will he cancel his cloak? He's seen the missile turret.
I think he should. Look, when you have one turret there at the mineral patches, I mean, you're not going to get any SCVs.
Yeah,
if the guy has Marines, it's
going to be very difficult.
Futile.
It's futile.
It's a good word.
Yeah. Well, MarineKing is going for the Marine Marauder style. He's got that command center up at the natural. Stim is almost done, Tasteless.
Might have timed it out just a little bit wrong. Notice that Bomber's very intentionally staying in between the high ground and low ground.
He just stemmed, ran up, and didn't scan. Interesting.
Oh, weird.
And this
thing there's actually been several moments where he could have stemmed and just gone in there and done it.
I think
Does he not have any scans? Can you check what's going on?
He has scans.
Oh, yeah, he can actually scan twice.
He has 4 scans.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so that was really weird.
The depot was actually killed in that skirmish. I just want to point that out. When he wasn't, target
fire. 8
kills. Yeah, it's a corporal. Yeah, it's a corporal.
You like memorize that?
Yeah, man.
It's like a very useful thing to memorize.
This is what I do, man.
Doesn't know doesn't know his times tables yet, but
no, man. I know my times tables. How dare you? How dare you, sir? All right.
But Blue Flame Hellions are in the main base, Tasteless. Bomber ripping into the SCV line of MarineKing. And those are hurt Marines if I've ever seen hurt Marines.
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot about that because of the Banshee.
Wow. Now that Banshee just needs to come back in. 17 workers killed, 34 units killed. That means there's 17 units and 17 SCVs.
This is actually pretty impressive so far from Bomber. And Bomber, I think, is probably the best at this out of all the Terrans we see. Getting the Banshee in there, doing the damage that he needs to do. And his Hellion drops are just great as well. He's just a very well-rounded player, and he's very good at being aggressive.
Yes, indeed.
He's sort of this player that kind of grabs the other guy by the throat and tells him who's boss.
He's very domineering. Well, he's got 26 SCVs against 33 from Bomber. Bomber, of course, way more tech than his opponent. Factory not even done yet for MarineKing. And this next medevac, Tasteless. Those Marines are pretty hurt. Those are damaged goods right there.
Yeah, the angle's a little bit tough for them to actually do the damage they needed to do.
There are so many Marines there with 1 hit point each. Look at that. It almost seems like I'm observing.
Oh, there's some damaged medevacs down there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you see that?
MarineKing's got to repair those.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to repair those medevacs. See him right below the medevac now? Yeah.
Stim Marauders run around under a medevac. MarineKing is going to take a third base pretty quickly here. Meanwhile, Bomber is going to go mech. And he does have his third command.
Uh-oh. No way anything's going to get out of this one.
Whoa!
Are you serious?
You're wrong, Tasteless.
You lied, Tasteless. You got to stop lying.
But the Banshee coming in. It's been fully repaired. Tasteless is going to kill a lot. Up to 11 kills already.
I'm back.
It's like Chucky's back. No, you're not Chucky, you're a Banshee.
Oh, no micro here.
No micro to see here. Move along.
All right, so he will be taking this third base. He will, of course, as you can see, destroy the destructible debris, the debris,
as some might say. And MarineKing, he's going to have to more aggressively expand here. He actually needs to, and the thing is, just constant harassment is coming at him from Bomber, but he needs to actually get some more bases up. He's going to be even bases against his opponent with less SCVs.
Is he even
going
making
Marine
orbital?
Marauder against Mech? It's like the ultimate never, ever, ever will you ever win scenario.
Yeah.
So he needs to get on top of it, Tasteless.
You know what? One thing that Bomber does so well is just harass you while he's expanding, to the point where oftentimes you end up overcompensating in defense or not teching or getting additional orbitals for your economy. It's really smart.
Truth.
SCV ready.
Oh,
Right.
well, it looks like his orbital is now done. MarineKing's is, obviously Bomber's is as well.
Yeah, he's had that one for a bit. Now, Bomber should just be kind of chilling, macroing, and moving out pretty slowly. Right now, MarineKing is pretty up against the wall, and unless he super aggressively starts expanding, Bomber can just play very passively and pick up 2W.
So, I'm curious. I don't think that MarineKing Prime has much of a plan, Artosis. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Unless it's like some kind of drop in the main, Bomber's pretty
I'm
bulletproof
looking
right
for-
now. I'm looking to see what his game plan is. I don't know what it is.
He's down 25 supply going Marine Marauder against Mech. He's just making a lot of Marines Mars. He does have a 4th command center. Where is he going to fly it to? He's got to fly it out there. He's got to I
think he's gonna
just
take
be
another
glued
game.
to his SCV button. He just needs to have so many SCVs. He needs to get his economy really booming so that he can start aggressively trying to trade, perhaps doing a little bit of drop harassment. But Bomber already making nice turret rings. Revive factor.
It looks like Bomber's almost anticipating some kind of very impulsive attack from MarineKing.
Yeah.
If you look at the way his army is positioned everywhere and the way the turrets are set up,
He's just playing as safe as can be, Tastes. He does not want to just stay in Code S. He wants to win Code S.
All SCVs are under attack.
all right, we're at about 150 supply for both players. Bomber will probably not move out until he's at about 190.
Yeah, that's right about right. I mean, he's got to play careful. He could move out right now and be fine. But, I mean,
Why bother? You know, play it safe.
He may start to. He has a couple Ravens here. Of course, with the point defense drone, these little Marauder groups aren't going to do anything. MarineKing is taking his 4th base as we speak. The 4th command center for Bomber is being made. Look at this, he's up to 180. He's starting to move out. It's a great number for him to choose. And he may just start pushing here, Tasis. He knows that his opponent is down on supply.
Yeah, and you know what? MarineKing doesn't seem to have the runaround strategy set up.
And here we go. Is this where he's going to stand his ground? The more he gets in
really
chokes,
can't-
the worse it's going to be.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't just let him do this. He's getting saying, "Oh my God, that's a giant brick of siege tanks." All right, here he is. He's gonna try to run around, expanding to the top center. He's constantly scanning because if he sees him on siege, he's gonna go in and bite.
This is smart. Look at this. Trying to run around. If he can get up into the main base of Bomber, he can definitely stage some sort of comeback. Looks like that's what he's going to try. What's Bomber going to do? Is he going to turn around? He has to make this decision right now, Tasteless.
He's turning around.
And MarineKing's just going for it right now. He's got to get damage done. He knows it. And look at this. Nice by MarineKing, but point defense drones are out.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that was so well done. Meantime, MarineKing trying to get some damage done to Bomber's 3rd. Trying to make some magic happen, Tasteless.
He's managed to
Pulling a
relocate
Marauder
that
out of his hat.
Unfortunately, it looks like MarineKing Prime's just going to end up way ahead here.
Oh!
Nice. Takes out the Viking and the Raven. Oh, he's going to get the orbital too. Very nice. However, Bomber's decided, all right, I'm going to go in for the kill move right now.
But he doesn't have, where's Santieri? It's only 3 Vikings. Here come the SCVs, but being flamed to death. And
the SCV's not even touching anything, really. Everything from MarineKing was obliterated, and that's why we're starting to see this MarineKing style, get less and less popular.
I wouldn't count him completely out quite yet. He is in a terrible spot, but only... Wait, no, actually, there's a ton of Vikings there suddenly. Never mind. Because if you can drop on top of the siege tanks, of course, that helps so much. Here he goes! All of his units being sent in all at once. He's got to break out of here and cost efficiently as well. Oh no, the Marauders up on the high ground. I have to run around, taking a lot of pot shots from these siege tanks. A lot of siege tanks still left over. And a huge rally of
talk about stuff just melting. I would say expect GG now.
Yeah, well, it's 44 splat.
Yeah, it's a pretty big difference. Oh, and all the fresh mules are going to get toasted. Wow, clearly Bomber is just a better player than MarineKing. That's the only thing we can draw from this.
MarineKing, astounding player in his own right. At least now he can really focus on practicing for MLG that the wonderful community has helped him to get to.
Oh, I know, that was so sweet of the community to do that.
MarineKing, a great guy. Still trying to force some sort of base trade scenario. That's where he's strongest, but there's a ton of units at home for Bomber. His macro is just insane.
Oh, man. And you can see MarineKing thought, maybe I can base... No.
Yeah.
So, once again, looking for somewhere to drop. It does look like Bomber will be there, though. It's like jumping in the water when it's full of sharks right now.
That's it exactly.
That's exactly what it is. That's the perfect way to describe it.
And he's going to do it, Tasteless. He's beating those sharks head on, and the Marauders, well, Marauders aren't afraid of sharks. They have concussive shells. You crazy? Sharks are armored units. Marauders get bonus damage.
Well, yep, guys, that's right. MarineKing Prime, you're seeing it right now, is dead, completely outplayed by Bomber. Bomber, definitely the player who deserves to move on here, despite, how many times we've seen MarineKing get to the finals. He just hasn't quite managed to pull off tournament win. GG.
Wow. All right.
Alrighty.
Bomber into the round of 16. Congratulations to him. MarineKing slowly begins his ascent into the Codex once again, staying in the round of 32. That's better than last season where he dropped into up and down. One step at a time, folks.
Could this be the tournament where Bomber gets to the finals? MarineKing clearly disappointed as, some of these newer players are starting to outclass him a little bit. That was a very one-sided game from start to finish.
Yeah, it really was. Bomber played with him.
You like picking your nose, you like eat the booger, you like spit it back out, you like stick it back in your nose.
That's so funny.
So, Bomber, just a better player. I mean, that's the only conclusion I can really draw from that. I like MarineKing. I want to see him do well, but when you see a game like that, you can only admit that
he's sticking to this Marine Marauder style, and
on a map,
it's a dated style.
Yeah, he's doing it on a map that I don't really think you can get away with it on. Maybe Tal'Darim Altar.
Well, if you're going to do it on that map, you kind of have to do it like Clyde did in transition, because then you hit someone like MVP, and it's like, well, I'm sorry, man, but
I think he just expected, kind of ensnare for him to just move out too soon. But, I mean, Bomber knows how to mech. He just sits there and waits until he's maxed out. And he's like, well, we're both maxed, and my units do more damage. They're scarier than yours. And, I was smart enough to just stay in my base and be ready for any drops.
Not just walking around the map like a jibbity jobber.
Yeah, he was jobbing pretty hard. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We had some very interesting Terran versus Terrans. I know a lot of you Protoss players are probably sad Puzzle didn't make it, but frankly, he didn't play very well. So we're going to throw up the match results on the screen for you so we can just sort of, summarize what we've seen happen today.
Here it is. Into the round of 16, Slayer's Ryung, followed by Bomber from Startail. MarineKing Prime will stay in Codex, while Slayer's Puzzle, unfortunately, falls the up and down matches. His play, as Tasa said, was not stellar this time. Unfortunately, I love Puzzle, one of my favorite Protosses, but he was not with it today.
No,
he was not on the ball. It wasn't good. There was many missing pieces of this puzzle, Tasteless.
Yeah.
He was trying to shove a square piece through a circle hole.
He was like, didn't have any of the quarter pieces. I'm like, puzzle.
He's like, I'll put this together without making the border first. It's like, well, how are you going to do that? All right.
Now, as you can see, here's how everybody's going to be moving on. And I can't wait to cast more of this GSL Codas. It should be a very exciting and interesting season. Artos, you did a good job today. I know it's been a little bit. I felt a little bit rusty.
Yeah. Well.
Artosis and I, after this, are going to go out and get a little din-din.
Yes, we need some dinner.
I need some food.
Hungry.
I ate my sandwich, but it's not enough energy for my body because I got to go home and practice my Protoss with my new hotkey setup. I played all day yesterday with Santek.
Yeah.
He is an amazing player.
He's really good.
He's very talented.
All right, tomorrow's Codas. I hope you guys all join us. Group C, Keen against Nada. Again, for the umpteenth time.
I know, right?
And MMA against Nasty. Holy crap, for the umpteenth time. That's happening again. That's going to be so amazing. Then we're going to have Huck against Virus. I feel Huck winning that match, man. And then ASD against Xenio. That's a cool group, and I really feel like Huck can make out of it. That group is like tailor-made for Huck to advance. Yeah,
that is really interesting. I'm excited for that. And yeah, I think Group D is going to be very interesting overall. You know, we got Protoss, Terran, and Zerg in that group.
Yeah.
And if you look at actually just the people in Group C, Keen's an interesting character. Nada, everybody loves the guy. He's a Renaissance nerd. MMA, you know, he's a champion. Nesty, of course, is the greatest human being that's ever walked the earth.
Yeah, he is. He actually is.
It's true. So stay with us, guys, and please spread the word.
Nesty has always walked the earth.
Yeah. Well, actually, Nesty doesn't even walk places. He, like, hovers slightly above the ground like some kind of god creature.
It's true.
But, yeah, guys, spread the word about the GSL. Feel free to add us on Twitter at Call Me Tasteless. He's Artosis. And, yeah. Give you guys updates on there. Post little songs. Stuff like that. Put little quotes in there. And,
tomorrow's Code A in the morning.
So definitely
these
tune in for
matches
that.
here. A lot of great players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tastar.
Can't believe some of these legendary fruit dealers now, like, they're, you know, Code A. Jeez. I'm really looking forward to Naniwa seeing him play.
Yeah, man. Of course.
And Sage, expect him and Kodas pretty soon here, taking nerds out.
Nano against MVP Dream. He can do it. I feel it.
Yeah, I think it's a feasible thing. Well,
XO Weekend. Looks like someone changed his ID, Tasteless.
Weekend. Oh, they keep changing their IDs, Artosis.
Yeah, they don't want to be famous.
I'm going to write a letter, man. I'm going to write a letter.
Yeah. Who are you going to address it to?
I'm like my grandma. I'm going to write a letter. I'm like, Grandma, they're not going to read your letter.
You missed my funny joke. Who are you going to address it to?
To the coaches.
Oh, no. See, because the players keep changing their names, so you can't put their name on.
Oh. I was like, really? You think I don't have a plan for that? I'm like, Artosis.
I'm a silly guy.
Guys, it was a lot of fun today. It was an epic set of TDTs. We're learning a lot about that matchup.
We are.
And, we're out of time. Sorry. I'll see you guys next time at GSL Codas. Thanks for joining us.
You're righteous, anticipating heartache in the Connor.